So, continuing with a few series, I thought I might choose to do a video about quartz watches or mechanical watches. Now, you might have heard about the onslaught of the Swiss watch industry by the Japanese in the 70s when they invented the quartz. Or, I'm not sure if they invented it, but they put practical use to quartz watches. And they almost ruined the Swiss mechanical watch industry. Now, I don't really think this is due to the Japanese by themselves. A lot of people say, well, the Japanese did this, blah, 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 blah. I think there were a lot of Swiss, white-collar criminal banksters who sat at their desk drinking champagne all day and thinking, we're untouchable, we make the best watches in the world, and we're the superhumans in watchmaking. And then Japan came along and suddenly made something very interesting, which was very cheap and more accurate. And they just couldn't keep up with the Japanese. Now, that doesn't mean I don't like Swiss watches, but I think saying, for example, and I know, Andy, you're not going to like this, but saying that a Grand Seiko will never be a luxury timepiece because it isn't Swiss, man, we're not living in the 70s anymore. And as far as my watch history knowledge goes, which isn't that far, I'm being honest here, but I know even the French and the Dutch made watches in the 17th century, mechanical watches. They were top of the bill. And the Swiss came along as well. And the Swiss hijacked the whole industry, like they did with a lot of knives brands. So, it's the times, you know. Japan takes a bit, Swiss take a bit, and we're now back to Japanese if you want to buy quartz watches. And that's what I wanted to tell you. If you think about buying quartz watches, which means it's got a battery in there, why not choose Japanese? I think personally it's ridiculous. If you think a Grand Seiko isn't a luxury watch, then surely no quartz watch should come out of Switzerland. Because Swiss quartz watches are like a joke, because the Swiss are known for their great mechanical movements. So if you want to have a mechanical movement and you got the money to spend, I would choose a Swiss watch above a Grand Seiko. Although I do like the Snowflake. Anyway, so mechanical watch, buy a Swiss watch. You get a great watch. You get the recognition that so many people want to have. And if you don't care a bit about what runs the watch, you might as well opt in for a quartz watch. And they're more accurate. And I would say, if you buy quartz, buy Japanese. They're the kings of quartz watches, man. You can choose ridiculous amounts of quartz watches. Personally, my favorite quartz watch is a Citizen Skyhawk, which runs beautifully, smoothly. It's got all the complications on there. Because it's a quartz watch, and it retails, the Blue Angels version retails for about $400 or something. So really, think to yourself, what kind of watch do you want? And I think that a quartz watch is for a beginner, might be a good option. And once you get the hang of horology, I bet you will switch to a mechanical watch in the future. Anyway, everybody's talking about Cohiba cigars, or I think some of these guys are drinking blended whiskey anyway. I'm going to show you something else, because I live in Holland, we're close to Belgium, and in Belgium they make nice chocolate and waffles, but they make something more. They make great beers like this one. Now, you might not get this in your house or in your country, but definitely, you want to choose beer? You might try out the Belgian ones. They're a bit tougher, but you do get drunk if you drink too many of them, but not as drunk as if you drink blended whiskeys, and certainly the next day you feel a lot better. Anyway, have fun tonight, and enjoy all your watches, whether they be Japanese, Swiss, or from fucking Mars. Bye bye.